This meeting is being recorded. They didn't used to do that. That's pretty funny. Oh, and I have to turn off my phone here. There we go. All right. So, happy full moon, lunar, is it lunar eclipse? Uh, yeah, lunar eclipse, partial anyway. And our little um, quotation is by the Dalai Lama. Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. So we're going to start with a visualization just to accommodate everyone. So either lie on your back or sit in easy pose or lotus, whatever is right for you in this moment. And just imagine, just with your eyes closed, if that's comfortable for you, just imagine being at a monastery in the Himalayas, the Himalayan mountains. Beautiful, misty, green forests. The monastery is beautiful. But this monastery, the authorities came and talked to the monks there and said, you have to move your monastery because we're putting in a road and it needs to come right through where your monastery is. So they accepted that and they started preparing to make their move. And one of the monks went out into the courtyard, and there's a large statue of Buddha, very large, dark covering. And he wanted to place a covering over the Buddha to protect it, the statue, while they moved. So he is preparing that cloth or tarp covering. And he notices near the base is a very shiny part on this statue. So he gets a chisel and a hammer and he starts to hammer around that shiny portion, and it continues to be shiny underneath. So he continued for a long time through the night, chiseling away at this dark covering. And he found, after he was done, this whole Buddha was gold. It was made of gold. So sometimes our pineal glands, our third eye, which is an actual eye that looks up, sometimes they can get, we'll call it tarnish. Okay, they can get tarnished or covered with debris. So right now, just imagine in the center of your head, your pineal gland. So if you place your one finger on the center of your forehead, so it's at about that level, and go back to the center of your head. That's where your pineal gland is located, the seat of your intuition. And just imagine that it has a little debris on it, or whatever you feel is appropriate for you. If you feel like, oh boy, I haven't done this in a long time and it's kind of dusty and covered, then maybe it's thicker. And maybe it just doesn't seem like there's much at all to work with. But just imagine taking a tiny chisel and hammer and just go around your pineal gland and kind of scrape it clean. In some traditions, the pineal gland looks like a pine cone, if that's the shape of it. So just take a minute while we're settling in for our practice to go around and chisel off anything that's stuck on your pineal gland. And then just kind of using your imagination, take your sleeve or your wrist and go up and just kind of polish it all around. Polish it. Blow all that debris away, send it away. And let it shine. Now, this is your third eye, so it's the indigo color. So it's a darker color, but there's still a luminous glow. And then from there, if you would, just use your imagination once again. Imagine a tube uh, at your pineal gland and extending out in front of you about a foot, and just take your hand around it like you're surrounding it with your hand. You're not squeezing. And then in the back of your head, there's the rest of it. It goes through your head and go to the back, and then extend in both directions as though you're kind of petting that and grooming it and expanding. It's like antenna. We have antenna. And one goes front, one goes to the back. It's a little harder with the back, but that's okay. You can manage. All right. Now imagine just above your ears, still in the center of your head. Imagine more of those. And as though you're holding on to handlebars on a bike or a motorcycle, take your hands around those tubes and extend them out to the side. And just kind of draw out that energy, cleansing and drawing it out. Good. Now there's one at the top of the head that goes up. The rest of it goes down into the body, so we can't reach that. But just cleanse that tube above your head. Just kind of stroking it and clearing it, polishing it up. So all your antennae are working clearly. Now, with the one in front, place your right hand over the end of the tube and your left hand over the back of the end of the tube. And just allow that energy to expand, to grow in those tubes. Now take your hands to the antenna above your ears and just place your hands at the end of those tubes. This allows the energy to accumulate there. And then the one at the top of your head, just take your hand up at the top. This is a type of attunement for your third eye. Activate it. Because we want these working really well. We don't want any calcification of our third eye. All right, and then allow your arms to rest and just experience all those antennae, the energy, sparkling and clear, ready for use for whatever you need. Now, this is the full moon, so this is probably a good time for us to do this. And what I would ask is that you report back to me if you notice a difference, like tonight or tomorrow. Just see if there's anything noticeable. Okay. And now just bring your attention to your breath. So nice to be able to breathe freely. Enjoy your breath. And now check in with your body, see how it's doing. What its needs are today. We were talking recently about having a little sore muscle here or there. If you have some magnesium lotion, you can try that. That will help to relax the muscle. And then just bring your hands in front of your navel, one on top of the other, doesn't matter which right now. We're just going to take our arms out to the side and breathe, arms up overhead. Breathe out as you lower down. Bring your hands back to your navel. Breathe. You can use Ujjayi breath if you wish. And 2 more rounds. Last time. And then just bring your palms onto the mat in front of you and stretch out. Reach. If you were lying down, then be sure to come up into sitting. Feel the lengthening in your spine, your hips opening, thighs and knees, shoulders even, as you spider walk your fingers. And then just bring your arms around the side, even though you're still leaning forward. Bring your hands behind your back. And then just lift back up. Bring your hands down onto the floor behind you. Open the shoulders, the chest, lift your chin, and we'll go to the back. Front to back. Now bring your left hand onto the mat and breathe your right arm up and over for a little side stretch to loosen up in the waist and the hips, the shoulder. And then lift up. We'll go to the other side. Breathe and relax as you exhale into your stretch. And back to center, and then just take both hands up and reach up to the stars or the moon, still full. And then release. So if you'll notice, we went all the directions we did with our third eye activation. So we went front to back, front and back, side to side and up. Okay, so now we'll let our legs unfold, shake out our knees. And we haven't done inclined plane for a while, so let's just work on that. We'll start with our windshield wipers and circle around in your ankles and reverse. And sit tall in Dandasana. Press through your heels, draw your toes back, shoulders are down and open. And then slide your hands back behind you, point your toes, just lift your chest, bring your shoulder blades together and open the front of the body. Excuse me. Lift your chin, arch in your back. And then flex your feet and breathe your arms up overhead and reach tall. And exhale over your legs. Just go to the first point of resistance. We're just warming up, loosening. And reach fingertips forward. Use your arms to lift your torso up. Breathe. And exhale. Just lower down. And again, this time point your toes and we'll actually lift into inclined plane. So start with activating your core muscles. Press the palms into the mat and lift up. Lift your hips, chin. Press up a little higher. Reach your navel to the stars. Put one of those stars right in your little belly button there. And lower down. Flex your feet. Come forward sitting. Breathe arms up overhead. Exhale forward. While you're here, just draw your toes back. You can use your hands and pull your feet back if you want, just one at a time. Stretching in your calf muscles and the backs of your knees. Press the legs down as you stretch. Come in a little closer. And then come back up. All right. We'll swing our legs around to the back and come into puppy stretch. All right, and then we'll lift up into a front plank. Nice and elongated. Navel up to your spine. Bring that star that you brought into your navel. Bring it right up against your spinal column. And let your knees down. Puppy stretch. And plank. Breathe. Exhale and press into plank. Strong. And another puppy stretch. And then lift up. We're going to grow our puppies into full downward facing dog. Just warm up to the pose, warm up to your dog. Remember to engage your abdominal muscles. And come back into plank. This time, let your hips and legs come down onto the mat and just kind of hang out in traction here. Pulling away from your knees. Bring your shoulders away from your ears, though. Pull them down, and you'll be engaging your hips. You may notice that's natural. And just come up into table pose. And just circle around in each wrist and squeeze your fingers, loosen up in your fingers and other hand. Okay, we'll come back into downward facing dog. See if you can make it longer from your tailbone to the top of your head.
Draw away from your palms. Tilt your hips up, heels down. Breathe. And come forward. Let your knees down and then come down onto your forearms. We'll work our way into dolphin. So just with palms together, overlap one thumb. If you have sleeves on, just be cautious that you don't slip. I'm going to pull mine up. Okay, now we're all ready. Turn your toes under and press up. And draw your shoulders back a little bit. Pull your heels down. You're close to a down dog, but not quite. Make sure your elbows are under your shoulders or shoulder width apart at least. And then just take a couple steps forward with your toes. Come forward. But your head stays off the floor. And then bring your feet in a little closer if you can. Press back in your shoulders. Breathe. Try to get your heels down closer. And bend your knees. And slowly lift up off your arms. Give them a little rub down on elbows and forearms. Sometimes our bones make us feel it tender there. Okay. So from here, we'll just press up onto the balls of our feet. Lift up, get comfortable in your clothes if you need to. Now press your feet into the ground and isometrically squeeze them together. It's going to help stabilize you. For Ganesh. All right, palms together. Keep squeezing feet and just bring your body to the right. See if you can get your left elbow outside of your right knee. And then we come into Ganesh Mudra. Rotate the hands, right hand forward, left hand back, and slide fingers and hook your fingers together in Ganesh Mudra. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Removing more obstacles, just like cleansing our third eye when we did our exercise in the beginning. Ganesh helps with removing obstacles or placing them in front of us if we need to learn to grow from it. And we'll bring our palms back together in front and come out to give our ankles a little rest. Shake them out. Shake, shake, shake. Circle around. A little Taylor Swift, right? Okay, before we go to the other side, come back down onto your forearms, palms together, overlap one thumb. Turn your toes under and lift into dolphin. See if you can pull it a little closer here. Drawing your navel for support. And bend your knees, lower down, and lift up. If you want to rub your arms a little bit, you can do that, and then come back up onto your toes. And press your feet into the mat. Isometrically squeeze your feet and ankles together. Bring palms together. And this time go to the left. Try to bring your elbow outside that left knee if you can into prayer twist. And then rotate your hands, left hand forward, right hand back. Slide the fingers into Ganesh Mudra. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Sometimes one side's a little easier than the other. And come back to center. Lift up into standing with your palms together. Shake it all out. Shake out your legs and feet, arms, and we'll come into a standing twist. Lift the outside heel. All right, come back to center. Now we're going to use our imagination again, our third eye. Come back towards the back end of your mat. Doesn't have to be all the way. Yeah, do bring it all the way back to the end with palms together. Now just close your eyes for a moment and imagine that you have a rope tied around your waist and you're walking along the ocean. The waves are coming in beautifully like they always do. And you're walking along the sand. And this rope that you have tied around your waist extends in the back towards the ground where the sand is, and there is an anchor on the end of it, all rusty and old. So just imagine that anchor on the rope around your waist, and just step your left leg forward, like into Warrior One pose. Lift up in your torso. Now bring the back foot in about halfway and step that left leg forward again. Remember, you've got that rope on you with an anchor on the back. How does that feel? Bend forward into Warrior One. And we might have just a little bit further. Bring the back foot in. And the front foot forward once again. Come into Warrior One. Now what we're going to do is we're going to untie that rope and throw it aside. We're letting go of whatever is holding us back. So step it in and walk back all the way. Taking a breath.
And step your left leg forward, same leg, step it out without that anchor. Wow. Step the back foot in halfway, reach again with the front leg, warrior one. No rope, no anchor. Bring the back foot in part way, step the front leg again, bend the knee, come into warrior one. All right, now walking back once again. Take that rope off the sand and tie it back around your waist. Throw that anchor behind you. It's in the sand, ready to dig in. Take in a breath. Step your right leg forward. Warrior one. Pulling on that rope, that anchor, digging in. Bring the back foot in halfway. Step the front foot forward. Warrior one. Lift up tall, reach. Bring the back foot in halfway. Front foot once again. Take it forward into warrior one. Pulling that anchor. Feel that anchor holding you back from movement. All right, now again, untie that rope, throw it away. Pull out and come back to the back end of your mat. Take in your breath and step the right leg forward into warrior one. Easy, without all that weight pulling you back. Bring the back foot in. Step the right leg forward again into warrior one. Back foot in, front foot out, warrior one. It's amazing what impact the mind or the attitude can have on our physical body. So pull back, step it in, and we'll come into another standing twist. Okay? Now we want to open our hips a little bit more. We want to get nice and open. So you might want to turn sideways on your mat or turn your mat. It's either way is fine. Step the feet apart, nice and wide. And just give a little wiggle in your hips. Okay, let's come into five-pointed star. We'll be stars. Let your sparkles out. You still have that star in your navel there? All right, turn out your left leg, slide out, just turn your palms down and take the right heel away. Hips are pointing forward and come out and in. Breathe, breathe out, and breathe and out. Now we're just going to switch to the other side. So turn your feet. Hips and shoulders are still forward, right? Breathe. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Move with your breath. One more. And out. All right, bring it in. Turn both feet out about 90 degrees and bend both knees. You can bring your hands onto your thighs or knees and just open the knees here. Breathe, and each exhale, lower down a little bit more, like you're sitting in between your feet. But keep opening the knees in horse pose. You can bring palms in now to complete the pose. And just go side to side a little bit. All right, and squeeze your legs together as you press up. Take your right heel out. Once again, coming in for warrior two. Turn out your left leg. Breathe, arms up, burst them up and out. Exhale into warrior two. Just check your alignment and relax into the pose. And breathe, turn palms forward, breathe out and lower down, bringing your arm in front of that leg, arms perpendicular. Breathe and reach up, come back out, palms down, draw the knee in, other side, breathe, breathe out, hold your warrior two, relax down, deepening your pose as much as your body will allow. And breathe, turn palms forward, breathe out and lower down. Look up. And breathe, fingertips up. Come back to warrior two. Draw the knee in. Just bring the feet in. Relax your arms. Now cross your left leg over the right. Whoops. And bend your knees. Separate your feet. Just keep separating and come down sitting for your twist. You want to bring this underneath foot out so that you can get both sitting bones on the floor. Bring the foot back to wherever it'll allow. Draw your knee in close to the chest. Feel the stretch in your hip. Holding on to that lifted, bent knee, and then reaching out, lift up, and pull around into your twist. Look over your shoulder. Press down in your sitting bones. Lift the back arm back up to your ear, still facing sideways. And then unwind. Good. Now we just lean back and switch feet. We'll see how this side feels. Draw your knee in for a stretch. Press both sitting bones down. And then holding on, reach your right arm out, breathe as you lift and rotate in your torso. Use your arms and bring your palm down behind you. You want to have it close to your hip. All right, now breathe your back arm up to your ear and rotate forward and unwind your legs. Good. All right. Now I want you to look behind you and make sure that that anchor is not near your mat so that when you lie down for Shavasana, you don't hit your head on it. And just for today, I'm going to recommend that you, as you relax, look up to your third eye for a few minutes. You don't have to do it the whole duration of Shavasana, but just to see what that's like for you. Just reach your eyes up, holding them closed. It doesn't have to be all the way up, but just look up. And when you want to change your vision, then you can do that. See if you can see the golden pine cone. Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodayat. So relax your eyes now and start to come back from your Shavasana. Start to bring some little moves into your hands and feet. Maybe you want to take your head side to side. Slide your feet together and lift your knees. Give them a big hug. And draw over to one side into sitting. Press up into sitting. Bring hands into your favorite mudra. And then bring palms into Anjali mudra. Remember the Buddha of gold that was covered over. Sometimes we're like that. We get covered over and we just need to chisel away the debris. When sometimes we hold on to an anchor and we just need to let it go and move forward freely. So may you move forward in comfort and joy. And don't let anyone disrupt your peace. Namaste, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh,
You're
very nice.
welcome.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I saw Katan climb or trying to get your attention when you're sitting there at the end.
Katan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the paw, yeah, that was cute.
I didn't close the door because I didn't know where she was and I didn't want to close her because she needs access, but she found me anyway.
Yeah.
And then she wants to play and bite a little bit, play bite, you know.
Yeah.
But
that anchor was a little interesting.
Yeah.
oh, you don't remember that one?
No.
I think we did it in Wellington at the town hall, but
that's perfect for today.
It's been a long time. Yeah, I think so. That's a good one for
yes.
letting go on the full moon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you going to see Jeannie later or just hear how she's doing?
I haven't checked my phone. There may be Hi everybody. The students have left, but I just wanted to add a little piece here. Polishing our third eye, decalcifying it. You can do that with antioxidants, and there's ways to do that on the internet if you want to look it up. But intuition is going to be really important in the future here with everything going on. There's so much information floating around that we need to be able to discern, and we need our third eyes active and operating efficiently. So if you have a chance, maybe repeat these exercises that we did, or do your own visualizations. And I wish you well, and namaste, everybody. Thanks for watching.